Hey guys, welcome to the Vita Project channel. My name is Moses Santos.
Francis Perez.
And we're Vita Project. We're a lifestyle company that develops people to improve in life.
So today we're going to be talking about a little thing called ankle dorsiflexion, which sounds crazy, but it's just moving your ankle in one direction. We're going to be showing you some of the reasons why we need to do this, and we're also going to be demonstrating how to make it better or stronger so you're more stable, able to work out better, and able to just live life better.
So a lot of you guys probably go to the gym and probably notice that you may have troubles with some squats. So today we're going to talk about squatting specifically and how dorsiflexion plays a role in our ability to squat, not only in the gym, but in our daily lives.
So we're going to go back and show you how your ankles move when you do a squat. So if you look at Moses here, as he's squatting, you see him go down. You see the angle that his ankle has to get into in order to be able to do that squat. If he doesn't have that flexibility, what's going to happen? Then he's going to go back and you don't have the ability to hold that squat. And that's what happens to most of us. So then instead we do a squat where we look more so like this when people don't have ankle dorsiflexion. How do they look, Mo? Yep. You have to bend forward all the way to compensate for that inability to flex in the ankles. So what we're going to be talking about today is how to make that more flexible. So first thing we're going to do is use the wall. So go back against the wall here. And we're going to bring it to the point that you can keep your heels down. Let me bring you a little bit closer so you can see. So we're going to be able to keep the heels down here. And when we keep the heels down, we're going to use the wall to push yourself forward. And what this is going to do is going to increase the angle of that ankle. So if we look at it from the side here, look at the way Moses' ankles are tilting forward as he pushes himself forward. If you push yourself too far forward, what's going to happen is that your heels are going to come off. We want to try to keep the heels down to as far as you can stretch. So you feel all the stretching in this back area here and in the calves. You can hold that for about 2 minutes minimum. And when you hold that for about 2 minutes, the next thing you want to be able to do is, so Mo, as you're sitting there, you're going to reach forward now. Good. Now in this position, we're going to try to lift those toes up towards the shin. Really strengthen these shin muscles here so that you can increase the power that you have in the front side of supporting yourself.
You should be feeling these muscles right here burning and activating if you're really trying hard.
And this is going to help not only the stretch, but it's going to help your body be able to control neurologically and engage the muscles that are required so you can have the flexibility. Because the reason you don't have the flexibility right now is because your body doesn't believe that you can do the right thing with it. It considers it dangerous. So what we're doing here is we're strengthening and showing the body that we can handle it and that it's going to help us. So next thing we're going to do, Mo, if you don't mind standing up. So when he stands up here, he's going to do what I call the Sissy Slide. All right, so go all the way up against the wall, okay? And then we're going to begin to bring the knees far forward from the wall to force that ankle dorsiflexion. Do you guys see the angles that we're creating here? As he slides down, pushing those knees forward, as far forward as he can. And then he's going to drive back up to stand up, using that wall to slide. Do it again. Let's go. Slide down, push down, drive up. Again, slide down, push down, and then slide up. You can do this here to do a little bit of strength training in that range. And then if you want to really take it up a notch, you can get away from the wall and try to do the same angle in terms of the sissy squat, but keeping the heels down for the purpose of this. Pushing the heel down towards the ground while the knees go forward all the way. Really pushing that dynamic. Now you're really working on the control that your ankles have in the ability to dorsiflex. Next, we're going to go into a little bit of a more active engagement in terms of movement overall. Collaborating our body so that we can move and use that new ankle dorsiflexion. So what we're going to do is go down on the floor and we're going to go into what we call let me put you down right here. I'm going to put you down into a turtle position. And we're gonna bring the knees all the way up to the chest. And then we're gonna place the feet on the floor so that we're increasing that dorsiflexion. Now that you're in this angle, you're gonna push the knees back to force that angle. Good. And from here, we're gonna come up into a rooftop. There you go. Now we're gonna drive it down. You see I'm shaking here because this is a massive stretch. And then we're gonna slowly descend down with that knee, pushing it down into that dorsiflexion. We're trying to get all the angles because the knee position affects the ankle. So we're trying to make sure that we can manage this angle with all the knee positions. Let's go up and down with that. This is another form of strength training. Keep going. Show them. I'll bring you a little closer so they can see the ankles a little bit more in line. All of that back tissue here is stretching and increasing in mobility. A few more. And next, we're gonna go into something that's going to bring it a little bit more dynamic and a little bit more explosive. We're gonna go into a squat position, ass to grass type squat position, and we're gonna attempt to walk forward. Notice again how his ankles need to deal with this action. Go ahead, take a few steps forward, pushing that. With each step, you're pushing that angle. It's okay if the heels come up at a certain point, but you're trying to keep those heels down as long as possible. There we go. We call this locomotion in our movement arts classes, trying to really put together the entire use of this newfound movement. And we could do it backwards, really increase the descending control that we have on it. Notice how he focuses each point to make sure that ankle is getting full dorsiflexion. All right, now we're gonna go a little bit forward away from the wall here because we're gonna be jumping from push-up position to that turtle position we did before. And while doing that dynamically, we're gonna be explosive. We're gonna use that global endurance to really specify the strength and the angles on that ankle. So let's go ahead, Mo. Jump into that turtle. Drive it back. Good. And jump into that push-up. Good. Push it back. There you go. Constantly pushing that ankle stability into that end range. And you guys can do this for about a minute. Really get your heart rate up, but really focus on that ankle mobility and being able to use strength in that ankle. Perfect. All right. So hopefully you can take this information and apply it and improve your overall squatting with weights, with just overall life. When you go to reach down, pick up your child, pick up your puppy, or pick up a pencil you dropped on the floor, you have better range, better control, and you don't feel unstable.
Guys, so thank you for joining us. If you want, please consider subscribing for more lifestyle development tips.
See you next time.
Peace.